Um, in Ruth Cannon's continued attempts to suppress or censor comments, recordings regarding Ruth Cannon's criminality, her involvement with other corrupt and incompetent solicitors such as Richard Young, the gangster fetishist Donald Quigley, who's also fucking incompetent, Garrett Charles Casey, who allowed the guards to present a false instrument, obstructed court proceedings, lied to his client, and broke client privilege for Ruth Cannon. As Ruth Cannon attempts to continually suppress that videos by uh, fraudulently abusing YouTube reporting guidelines. Um, So far, Ruth Cannon has only managed to block them in one country. That's how pathetic this is. This is how pathetic and low and desperate this sad, failed barrister and criminal Ruth Cannon has stooped to. That all she can manage to do is try and suppress the videos in her home country of Ireland, which, this is the screenshot available with this video. So a VPN will get you to the videos that Ruth Cannon is trying to suppress in Ireland, and show you anything else that she's tried to block in Ireland, because really that's going to hide her. Obviously, this buffoon of a barrister, who is, according to Donald Quigley, the gangster fetishist, um, is universally reviled in the law of our profession in Ireland. And Donald Quigley says that she's known as Loose Cannon Ruth Cannon. And at the time of my meeting her, that Ruth Cannon really only had the law lecturing, and had written a book that everyone had forgotten about. That allegedly her ex-husband Neil Nelligan wrote predominantly most of. That was in the opinion of Donald Quigley, and that Ruth Cannon was left to the odd, maybe charity case down in the rural courts. So, arguments over half a pig or a field of llamas, or, whose goat is laughing in the darkness, gibberish like that. Important down in the rural areas, but, if you, not really the high-flying barrister that Ruth Karen likes to put herself forward as. And falsely and fraudulently portray in her comments and emails and her slander and defamation. This is someone on the fringes of a career, uh, mainly in academia. And this is not me saying this. This is all the other legal people that I've spoke to regarding Ruth Cannon, such as Donald Quigley and some others in employment law, and people down the forecourts. But since Donald Quigley represented me and was very firm in this collected legal profession opinion of Ruth Cannon, then I will put forward Donald Quigley's opinion. And as Ruth Cannon has previously said, Donald Quigley's welcome to come here and dispute his own words regarding Ruth Cannon. So there you have it. A VPN, if you want to see what Ruth Cannon is trying to suppress in Ireland, however pathetic and lame that is, like it's really going to go anywhere. Or you can try logging out and changing country. That'll help. But yeah, this is where we're at. Sad, pathetic, criminal woman trying to hide evidence of her criminality in the country of her birth, which, funnily enough, rather like everything else in Ruth Cannon's life, doesn't like her either. So, yeah, there. That's just to draw your attention to what Ruth Cannon is doing. It's very sad. It's desperate. And it's the desperate face of the TU Law Faculty of Dublin, the formerly DIT, and the desperate face of the Irish Bar. So, this is the sad state of affairs. But, it would be hard explaining that to Ruth because she's probably in one of her Rivita diets. As you can see from other screenshots, that is, usually what Ruth uses as an explanation for her abusive and poorly thought out actions. But yeah, as once again, if you find videos missing, and there are videos missing in Ireland, a VPN should get you easily. Just set the country to the UK, which is funny because, unbeknownst to Ruth, I email all of these to the various legal organisations in the UK, Scotland, England, and Wales. As I know that Ruth Cannon attended Cambridge, so I do think that there's some efficacy in warning foreign legal organisations regarding Ruth Cannon and her criminality. I send them evidence and such, but obviously I haven't informed Ruth Cannon of just how many legal organisations around the world I've contacted regarding her. But them's the breaks, I suppose, when you target vulnerable people like Ruth Cannon has. Eventually someone's going to say no. And it was because of, I think, Solicitor John Gerard Cullen, that I got the full scope of how sick and criminal Ruth Cannon was. And that's what I've been recording and documenting. That's why there's phone recordings of Ruth Cannon with dates up there, because that's Ruth Cannon's perjury evidence. Because that's what she did. Because she's such a deluded narcissist that she took to the stand at a bail hearing that she fraudulently brought about, and spent maybe 40 minutes to over an hour committing easily provable perjury. And that is the face of the TU Law Faculty in Dublin. And never forget that. This is a representative of the TU Law Faculty. And, well, if that's what they're like in the real world, just imagine what they're teaching your children.